Shalom Yasharala. This is another Car Chronicle. On this one, I want to discuss rebuke. Really more on the receiving rebuke side than the giving rebuke side. You know, rebuke doesn't always come in an asshole fashion, but sometimes I'm gonna be honest, man. Some brothers make it difficult for you to correct them in an amicable way. You know, brothers get disrespectful, dismissive. Even sometimes brothers will say, yeah, you know, my bad, but never change the behavior. So we're going to discuss some things about rebuke as far as the way you should receive it. You know, if a brother's checking you, last thing you want to do is be disrespectful to him or dismissive or say everybody else is doing it. Why are you talking to me? Like, make yourself out to be a fucking victim. Now, I am going to be honest. There are people that call themselves rebuking people that seem to play favorites. But if you don't see that in somebody's track record, then take the fucking rebuke. Because a lot of you dudes out there, man, I don't know. I've been in this truth too long. So it's like I done seen so much bullshit. And it's simple shit sometimes. Sometimes like, yo, brother, just keep this in mind so you don't do it again. You know, but brothers say, oh, I'm not trying to hear that. Oh, why are you on my case? Get off my back. Like, bro, ain't nobody on your back. Like, do and say things the right way. You don't have to worry about nobody, quote unquote, being on your back. But brothers like to do things their way, and sometimes their way is the wrong way. And a brother like myself, I have a very unfortunate position in this truth. Being that I'm in the truth so long, I can't see off shit and not say nothing. Y'all don't have no fucking, brothers don't have no fucking compassion on that. Brothers don't have no compassion on the fact that I can't be quiet when I see something wrong. You look at me like, oh, you trying to correct everybody. Bro, look, I'm an imperfect human being just like you are. You know, I just have experiences that make me be able to identify things, you know, and I have to speak on it. You know, it annoys me to correct people, but I have to. I look at it like this. If the Lord looks at my life and looks at what I'm doing in this truth and sees that I see wrong things and don't check those wrong things, then who do you think the Lord is going to step to or going to punish first before he punishes the idiot that's doing the wrong shit and getting away with it? He's going to punish me because I know better, and I'm trying to tell brothers better. You know, so you brothers that you know, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, who in his camp pissed him off? It's not my camp. Like, literally, you know, I deal with brothers from different congregations and stuff, and I see things, and I talk to brothers. You know, I'll be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing that, bro. Because now you're in front of me doing it, and now I got to question if your elder knows that you do it, and if he does, what's he doing about it? You know, but you have to be able to accept rebuke. And one bit of advice is 9 times out of 10, if you're in this truth and somebody rebukes you, 9 times out of 10, they're not saying it for no reason. So you have to do one of two things. You have to correct yourself if what they're saying is on point, and if what they're saying is not correct, you have to still look at your own actions and say, what am I doing to make the brother think that this is what I'm doing? You have to act, no matter what, any type of rebuke should always make you question yourself and say, why is this brother saying this about me? Because 9 times out of 10, like I said, I would say, I would go as far as 999 times out of 100. If somebody's rebuking you about something, whether the rebuke is 100% accurate or not, you still have to look at your own actions and say, what am I doing? Because that's what I do all the time, believe it or not. Even like anytime that there's a video that some stupid motherfucker, some piece of garbage some human gutterball makes about me. Because that's another thing too that's got to stop. You niggas on YouTube running to YouTube before you talk to the brother that you actually have the problem with. You're not a good look niggas. Doing fucking videos instead of talking to your brother. Fucking clowns. But even when somebody does a video about me, I still examine myself and say, am I doing something to contribute to this brother thinking that of me? I still find a way, a lesson out of a rebuke. And like I said, even if it's a totally unwarranted rebuke. So, as brothers in this truth, we have to be able to be rebuked, take rebuke, take correction. You know, one thing that I do a lot, I never give excuses for doing wrong things, but like just for example, at my job, if I do something wrong, the owner tells me, "Hey, you did this wrong." I always tell him, "Okay, let's retrace our steps. This is what made me think that this was the way to go about it," and then we correct the issue, because most sin or most things that you do wrong come from you thinking the wrong thing. So let's not focus on what I did wrong, but what made me think that the wrong that I did was right. And then not only have you corrected me for that action, you've corrected me in my thinking. So now in the future, I already know mentally, okay, I shouldn't do this. That's it. But the way brothers are, you're getting on my case. Why are you not on everybody else's case? You know, maybe everybody else is not doing it as bad as you, or maybe I'm having the same conversation in private with other brothers that I'm having with you, and you're just noticing you. You know, it's like, but anything but to actually take responsibility for your wrong, I notice that brothers will do. Never forget there was a council that we had way back in the day. Way back. I wasn't even in the truth 10 years probably. Not even 7. And a brother had come in the truth, and he was really at camp, really belligerent, always wanting to fight, argue, this, that, and third. So we had a council, and then instead of him accepting that, okay, I fucked up, his buddy comes, bails him out, and says, "Oh, the same thing could be said about you." And the thing is that the same thing that could be quote unquote said about me actually can't be said about me to that level. Like, he had to basically exaggerate, just, you know, pretty much to come to his friend's aid, instead of holding his friend accountable. So I'm really being the friend to his buddy, because I'm the one rebuking his bullshit, but he looks like the good guy to him because he got on my case, or he put the mirror on me. Like, I don't mind being rebuked, but one thing that's funny is that brothers always like to rebuke when they're being rebuked. That's another thing about rebuke. You're being corrected on something you did, and then all of a sudden you remember something I did a long time ago. Like, how the fuck do that work? You're being told you're doing something wrong, so to take the so-called heat off of you, because I don't put heat on brothers when I correct them. I just tell them what it is. Look, brother, you shouldn't be doing it. I try to say it in the most amicable way possible, and then you get brothers that get fucking belligerent, get stupid. Or you got brothers that'll be like, "My bad," and keep doing the shit. So it's not your bad. Your apology was fake to begin with. Because if you apologize, that means you acknowledge that there's something wrong with what you did. But I don't see that in brothers. I see a whole bunch of bullshit, honestly. Brothers not accepting rebuke when they're fucking wrong. You know, but with that, I'm gonna conclude here. And I'm gonna say, you know, shalom to all y'all brothers out there, man. And listen, if a brother's rebuking you, 9 times out of 10, it's not for nothing. Even if he's wrong, Because a brother can wrongly rebuke a brother, but still, maybe there's something you're doing to make a brother think that you're, doing something wrong. And that is what you have to work on. Not to appease the brother, but to be blameless. Because, like I said, 9 times out of 10, if you're being blamed for something or you're being told that you're doing something wrong, it's because it looks to somebody else like you're doing something wrong. But with that, I'm going to say shalom.